Welcome everyone to the Puff Drink Talk podcast. Conrad here.
Milton.
George.
We are down 2 of our regulars. They are out on Christmas vacation.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yes. Enjoying time with family, friends, loved ones.
Yeah, but you'll be surprised that Conrad and Dylan have swapped chairs today.
They have.
Yeah, so
he's not there,
he's
and
not
now
quite there yet, but he is.
There he is.
it's a kind of magic.
It's artificial reality.
Yes, it's taking over.
Yeah.
It's not artificial intelligence, it's artificial reality.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I don't know what it's gonna call. The words were there.
Good seeing you, buddy. Good seeing
20
you.
years ago, but nobody used AI as. Probably the word AI was more used in the past 2 years than in the whole history.
In the whole history of humankind.
The word AI,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Do you agree? Like, no one has ever spoken that much. It's
what
been 2
movie
years.
has started? What movie was AI lost?
2001 AI.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What was Wilson? No. Watson? No.
I don't remember.
It's the British. The boy was the one from Sixth Sense. The boy.
Oh.
And then I forgot his name. I forgot the actor's name. I mean, I'm not very good at that. Yeah.
The one that sees dead people.
Yeah.
Yes.
So 2001 was the AI. It's a mix of,
But I'm saying like AI was definitely talked about in 2001: Space Odyssey because
it was.
Yeah.
But that was a movie like back in the 70s where
1969.
69. Really?
Yes.
Oh, my goddamn. All right. That was close.
Yeah, that was pretty close. Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. The AI intelligence in that movie. What was its name? Watson? Wilson?
It's IBM. IBM. So it's the letter is just after IBM. So what is that after? Because it's the IBM, the acronym.
Yeah.
So the name is Hull. It's Hull.
Hull.
Because it's a HI. BAML. So it's just like one letter before IBM.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
On purpose.
Right.
On purpose, right? So Hull.
Oh, okay. That's right. I remember now.
Yeah.
But I think that was like probably the earliest reference or pop culture reference to bring up AI. But you're right. I think now is besides books.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm thinking about other. I'm not very versed in 50s, 60s, and 70s movies.
Yeah.
I wish I knew more. I know more about 80s, 90s, and 2000s.
What are we smoking, gentlemen?
Smoking a Millennial V.
That's what I'm smoking too as well.
I'm smoking a Legend cigar, the Drew State by Drew State. It's a gift from my friend Donnie. Shout out to Donnie that gave me 5 cigars, amazing cigars. This one is a kind of a I think it's infused in something sweet.
Flavored or
it's
infused?
Infused, yeah, it's infused. Mm-hmm. So sweet, but the right sweet. You remember like you smoke sometimes, I think 6 months ago you smoked one that's too sweet. This one is just the right amount of sweetness.
Well, this one's good.
This is Legends Black.
There we go.
Which is the one that Conrad could not smoke.
Oh, really?
It's too sweet.
Okay.
It was diabetes on a stick, that one. Is that the big brother to that one?
Well, that one is the black. Yeah. So
you go black, you go back to other things.
Exactly.
In the cigar world, in that case, that one, it was just too much.
It's all about context, sweet. Right?
Right. Yes, exactly. Well, this is really good. This is a really nice cigar.
Which size is this?
This is what we call
Lancero.
Lancero, yes. Thank you, because I
know. It's just like I've been more in contact every Tuesday with the guys, so Jim knows a lot. So I ask him a lot.
Yeah, how crazy we're meeting up on a Monday. Definitely.
Oh yeah. It's a
Why are
Monday.
you-
It's a Monday, not a Wednesday, and that's because Christmas is here.
Christmas.
Yes.
And look, can I start with a question here?
Okay, go on.
Since I am not Christian, right? So I was surrounded by people who were. I never had this Christmas spirit. So what is that for you? Like, what do you feel is different for you guys? There's no right answer, right? Long, wrong answer. Just like, how do you feel about Christmas? What does that bring to you? Nostalgia? Is it, a celebration? What is that?
I'll let Hilton go first.
Okay.
I was gonna say I'll let you go first.
Jimmy, yeah, I can start.
No, to me, of course, when you are very involved with church and whatnot, and then it's all about getting the family together, going to mass, coming back from mass, and eating a lot. That's 24th, right? So it's
Right.
Christmas Eve. So eating a lot of dinner and is doing the meal, right? And then, which is like the Last Supper, right? So it's like that. So it's doing that big meal and whatnot. And then watching on TV the mass again at midnight, because they have to. We go to the church once and then watch it on TV again, and then go to sleep. And then next day there's lots of presents. But of course, after we grow up a little bit, there's no more kids, and then it was like, and then we did exchange of presents. So there are phases in life, right? So it changed like that. I was always very involved with church, so it does not bring me nostalgia or anything, to be honest.
Memories and
No, I mean, it's all just like I always felt like I always live the moment. You know what I mean? I'm happy with things that I have, and I live the moment. So if you're eating something, getting together, playing cards or whatever day, I'm living the moment. So I don't have much of that, and I don't know what it means. You know what I mean? It's just like get together. It's the same as I used to say that Christmas for us Brazilians that are Christians is the same as the Thanksgiving over here. Exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's a get together, and get people around, and that's it. So that's what it is.
so you covered religion, philosophical part, like the meaningfulness of that, but also just a moment to share with your family and closest friends.
Yeah, and then everybody would gather around and then pray again. There's a lot of pray, in my family.
Okay.
So,
All right. Got it. Yeah. Thank you.
all right.
So I never really grew up in a strong Christian. I mean, I wouldn't say that we were not Christian, but we weren't like actively going to church or actively
Religious.
living a religious lifestyle to say that we were, Christian. Now that I've met more people that celebrate Christmas for the birth of Jesus, I would say they are more religious in the fact of that. And seeing the differences between the two. Like when I grew up, it was all about, like Hilton was saying, family together, having a big meal, presents, and we did everything Christmas Eve, very similar to how, same as in Brazil, where we'd have a big dinner. We would do our tradition of opening up presents, and then Christmas Day, spending time with family, enjoying the presents and all the gifts and everything that we've got together. That's our tradition, and that's what we follow even today now. but seeing other people who are very religious, I see a difference in that. And if you're specifically talking about Christmas as a strong religion of, or acknowledging the religious part of it, it's different than Christmas for not strong religion or not religious people. I would say it's two different holidays, in my opinion.
Right. No, cool. I asked you that because I was figuring it out, right? So religious people probably you won't have like fun memories if you are super religious, right? Because it's not supposed to be something to commercial. It's not supposed to be something fun. It's supposed to be celebrating the eighth. So how serious is for religions, like this date, because we don't, it's far away from us. We don't know these things, but there are a lot of people that live in this way.
Well, it's funny you say that because one of my son's friends, their family is very, very religious. And, it's like, oh, what's Santa going to bring you? My son will say.
Innocently asking.
Yes. And his friend goes, well, there's no Santa, only Jesus. No such thing as Santa.
You see that?
And my son's like, what the hell are you talking about? Of course there's a Santa Claus. He's big, fat, jolly, comes down the Christmas, comes down the chimney, leaves presents. And they're like, no, there's only Jesus. And we celebrate Christmas with presents, but there's no Santa Claus. So I feel like that's what I'm saying is the religious, it's two different holidays depending on what type of religion you are.
Yeah, it depends on the religion, because they are on a little bit more strict, I would say,
right.
Religion, right? So the Christians, but they're like very strict on that. And then, Catholics are not so strict, right?
Right.
So that way it makes it, they accept, that yes, there is a symbolism of Santa. Although, Santa was a creation of Coca-Cola.
Right. The modern day version of it.
Yes. But it's
brilliant idea, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a brilliant idea, actually. But yeah, it is two types of, it's exactly what Conrad said. It's like two types of holiday or in one. Right, it's two in one, per se. So
it's interesting that you mentioned that, because you see that I was watching last year. I was watching the TV series Vikings, and you see it's connected idea, okay? Mm-hmm. And then I noticed that the first 2 to 3 seasons, which are less popular, which is more like like hardcore, and then they adapted, to the season 4, 5, and 6. They adapted to the public. But they speak about God every single sentence. They speak about God. I don't live this. I don't anything I watch on TV. The people that I relate, they don't talk about God in every single sentence they use.
No, nowadays, no, yeah. But at the time.
But my point is, some religious families, they do that.
They do that.
I go to in Porto Alegre. I go to a coffee place. They are all you need to be from that religion to work in that place, okay? Basically, right? It's not like that, but kind of, and they all, it's part of the trust, right? Yeah, I totally agree. I totally understand. But they talk about God in absolutely everything. They make a coffee, thanks God for that, for this beans. So they talk about God. If you start talking to them now, thanks God because of that, and they talk about that all the time. So the movie, the TV series made me think, and together with his friends, made me think that Christmas, especially Christmas, make me think of this, like those families live in a completely different way than we live, just like your son's colleague, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I was asking about you to know like the level of, how religion is part of your life or tradition.
In my family, not in my household, but in my family, like my parents, my uncles, and my relatives, right? everything is about God. You know what I mean? It's like everything. There's a conversation about God, and my mom used to go to mass every single day. She doesn't go today because she cannot do that anymore. She has less mobility. Per se, because she's 82 years old, but he used to go to church every single day. So it was like that. So in my family, it still is this day. You're going to talk to them, it's all about, well, there's that, and then, God this, God that. And so yeah, there's a lot of God talk. But for me, that is so natural, right? Because I lived in it entire life, that just like, yeah, amen. You know what I mean?
Right.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah, you just agree. You know what I mean? It's why. Why go against it? You know what I mean? So, I see my cousins. They post on Instagram, and they post, parts of like gossip in the Bible, or gospel in the Bible. I don't know the words are, but
right.
So they post things on that on Instagram inside, and I go like, okay, it's fine. I don't, but they do.
Yeah.
My sister, she's not very religious these days, but she still believes, the church contributes a lot for what a human being can be as a good person. You know what I mean? Instead of like a bad person. But yeah, it doesn't mean that if you do not participate in religion, you're going to be a bad person. It doesn't mean that, but
depends on who you talk to.
Yes. Yeah. Well, yes, but what I'm saying is like,
right.
It's based on values. Right?
A set of principles.
Yeah, a set of principles and values in life.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't need to be the church values, but yeah.
And that's and that's why I say, when you ask that question, as far as like, yes, I'm not Christian, but we have upheld Christian-like values and respect for each other.
It's in the very formation of the American culture.
Yes, very much so.
Well, but America is like when the president takes office, it goes like, has to do this speech, and then it goes, God bless America. You know what I mean?
You swear with the Bible.
Yeah, you swear with the Bible.
It's right there, like it's part of that, right? So, but let's just turn a little bit. How much do you think the fact that we associate Christmas with holidays, with a pause from work, because usually it's the holidays, you stop, everybody stops. We associate Christmas also with fun, with pause. I put it here like our resolutions, new beginnings. That might affect also the Christmas together with the New Year's.
The thing is, because of the birth of Jesus, right? So it's like it's starting a new chapter, right, in life. So it's starting. Let's go back and remember why. That happened and whatnot. So that's what it, normally is. But having said that, every single one of us that do take a break, we go on let's say Christmas Eve, to a petrol station or gas station, and let's say it's open. Somebody working there, they're not taking a break. Then you go the next day. You might not go to the supermarket or something like that, but you might go like a restaurant, hospital. They'll be open, working, right? So some fortunate people, yes, will have the break, but a lot of people, and it's like a good amount of people, do not have a break. I don't know what the percentage is. It's like 25% or 30% of the population will be working.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I thought you said something very interesting as far as like new start, new beginning. I feel like that's, if you were to encapsule kind of of the things that happen with Christmas. It's a new start, new beginnings, and turning a page. Both of you have seen the movie Home Alone.
Yep.
Remember the scene where the kid Macaulay Culkin is in church watching the choir, and
Organ.
The old man that
the shoveler.
Yeah, that haven't
Ice
spoken.
shoveler.
Okay.
You know, his son in ears and whatnot.
Exactly, where he said, "That's my granddaughter up there. She's singing. You probably go to the same school, but I'm not allowed to see her because my son and I had an argument. You know, our relationship fell apart."
Yeah.
And he goes, an innocent child, just make up, like just talk and age. And
It's
just be
Christmas.
friends. It's Christmas, and I feel like what Hilton mentioned is a lot and a part of that also of it's a time to come together. It gives hope to some people as far as it could be the religious factor, but I also feel like it's a strong enough holiday where it's like come together, feast together, be together, and
Forget about the past. And work on the future.
Exactly.
Because it's the rebirth.
it is the rebirth.
Because it's the resurrection of Jesus.
Do you think you associate?
Well, no, the resurrection is Easter. So
Yeah, this would be the birth.
The born. Yeah, it's the birth of Jesus. Yeah. So it's a new chapter, right?
Yes.
The
It's a
Thanksgiving,
new era.
the Thanksgiving is more for to thank whatever you have it, right? So,
Yeah.
would you say that the Christmas is the holiday for forgiveness? Because if it's so magical, all the songs, everything is about being magical, right?
Yeah.
So when you said that about Macaulay Culkin, do you know what is his name in the movie? You remember?
I don't think he had a name. He was just the shoveling man.
No, I'm talking about Macaulay Culkin.
Kevin.
Kevin, yeah. When he says, "Oh, why don't you just make up?" It's just because it's like something easy and magical at the same time,
So, and I think it's especially, for Hilton and I, and I'm sure you've experienced it too. The Christmas spirit is imparted on us, children. And as a child driving, and I mean, the other day it happened where my kids were in the backseat of the car. I was coming home and they're like, "I want to go see Christmas lights." And a lot of these houses will have turn into station 91.7, and they'll have lights that go off with the music, and it's really fun. It's magical to them.
Magical.
It's magical.
Whimsical.
Whimsical. Santa comes down and leaves the best presents ever. Family comes together that you might not have seen all year, but Christmas time is the one time family, everyone comes over to aunt and uncle, grandma, grandpa, whoever's house it is. So I feel like as children, the magic of Christmas is imprinted. Movies, with songs, with everything.
Mariah Carey's song,
I mean, from December 1st until the very end, it's just a magical time.
you count down the days, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
End of it's in Brazil. It coincides with the end of school time, which is not the case here in the US. So I think I would add this as one more element.
Yeah.
3 months of fun, no study, no classes,
Right.
So
It's the summer vacation.
Yeah.
So it gives. It adds, I think, a lot to this feeling.
Exactly.
That is, as I mentioned, fun. Pause. I think if you don't like school, for you is the best moment possible. So you mentioned people who work. We could discuss here many demographics, a lot of different demographics, right?
Yeah.
This is only one of them. So
what about for you? What does that?
Yeah, we haven't talked about you.
I don't know. I never.
Going back
We didn't.
25 years ago.
I would say 35 years ago. Okay. I would say because when I was a teenager, right?
Okay.
Right. So
25.
yeah, come on, 25.
guy.
Yeah, I was even 25, even 30, man. I'll tell you. What I remember is that we didn't have the family so small, a small family. We had a small family, and it was just like some food, gifts, and that's it. I think we were in constant stress that I've never seen Christmas as something like, oh, put it together, this is gonna be fun. It was just a protocol, you know, like, yeah, you eat your little sandwich. My mom would make a sandwich, like, you know, but that's it. I never associate that with fun, with getting together, with forgiveness. Never.
Yeah.
So do you understand? So
Yeah.
what I think
Back then, but what about now?
man, what you see, I think I am overwhelmed with Tamires. You know, Tamires is by herself. It's a lot. So we always have fun. We always, you know, spend together, and we enjoy that. We watch movies, you know, like what is that?
Die Hard?
Die Hard, you know, like The Grinch.
Yeah.
We watch it a lot of
Classics.
things. Yeah, we watch it. Usually, Marvel has a Christmas, you know, version of, I don't know, you know, like they always have a version of, I don't know, Spider-Man in the Christmas. I listen to music, you know. It's just, for me, it's just fun. As I mentioned, for me, it's more like the end of the year, just stop, especially here in the US, right? So Dell gives a break for everyone.
I have a new tradition in Christmas now.
What's that?
Which is smoking a cigar at around 2 or 3 in the afternoon, maybe 4. Because that's when I smoked my first cigar 2 years ago. And then last year I was like, okay, I'm going to smoke a cigar. It's Christmas, and then it's about 4 o'clock, so I'll smoke a cigar. So I'm going to do that again. Well, it's on the Christmas Eve day, right?
So it's tomorrow.
So it's tomorrow at around lunchtime, and I'll smoke a cigar.
Very cool.
Where are you going to smoke?
I don't know, I might come over here. I'll be working, probably. I'll walk over here. I don't know. I don't need to work tomorrow, but I have to go to that customer that I was talking to you about. And I only have to go take some materials and then take some of debris from previous jobs that we did that we need to take over, like, you know, leftover carpet and whatnot, and then throw in the
The
trash.
roads are going to be completely open anyway, so you might as well do
It's
something.
fine, yeah.
And
No,
how-
Bruce is gonna sit down over here and then smoke a cigar. Mateus will be with me, so I might, you know, break
Cool.
the cigar open. And
How is it for you to have like your house probably is full of people now?
Yes.
So how is it?
Presents full of, you know.
Your family's there.
Yeah. No, it's fun. It's really fun.
but what family?
Well, both sides of the family, Mila's side and my side.
But your mom and dad, they live here, so
Yeah. So my mom and dad,
they pop
my
in,
brother.
but they're not sleeping over.
No. Well, no, New Year's they're gonna sleep over. They're gonna stay.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
it's going to be a good time New Year's. But Christmas, no, and so again, Christmas Eve tomorrow, everyone's going to be over. I'm cooking a picanha. We've got some chicken.
You
My
are into
mother-in-law's-
picanha, huh? You're truly into picanha, man.
I just cooked one the other day. So yeah, I love picanha. Yeah. No, all of the family will be over, and it's just fun. And I think it's fun to see the kids, the excitement on the kids. And I know today, Mila and I were out shopping, and she was like, it's funner for me to see the happiness on the other person's face when they get what they want. Or they get something, they go, I actually didn't know I wanted this, but now I got
That's
it.
even
This
better,
is-
I think.
Yes. You know? And that's why I felt when we did our white elephant the other day, I had a blast doing that.
Yeah.
Because
It was awesome.
all of the presents were phenomenal, and it just ended up being like, dude, this is exactly what I want.
Yeah.
Everyone got what they wanted. It was all great presents, and it was just a good time. You know, I didn't expect this. I didn't expect that. I got it. You know,
Yeah.
I'm gonna steal that from you, but then everyone's like, no, actually, this is kind of mine. This is kind of
Kinda
cool.
like this.
And to be honest, man, think about, haven't you heard, like, what kind of gift can I give to this person if this person can buy anything that he or she wants?
Right.
But it's not about that. It's about the surprise, you know, like how I knew that was pretty good. You know, I knew that was pretty good. So, and then you bought all the
barbecue stuff. Yeah.
So do you understand? Like, I'm gonna use it. It's great. It's when I'm happy.
I almost stole that barbecue from Dylan. It's pretty good. Well, if you had stolen the whiskey back, I would be happy because it would be a swap. Right?
Yeah.
That's also pretty cool. Like only yesterday at Costco, I was looking at some seasoning. You know, I'm like, I'm looking over here. I didn't buy anything because you know.
But if you had taken it from Dylan,
nothing caught my attention. And then when you get something, and I'm like, I'm gonna like, for example, that bourbon there that you got. Potentially, I would just pass by it and never try.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's the thing.
Who would have thought a pig wearing a sheriff's hat? You'd be like, I want to buy that one.
Yeah.
I'd pass right past it.
Yeah, you pass by and you never experience something like that. So that's what gifts are like.
Yes.
It's like it gives you the opportunity to enjoy something that
be surprised.
That you might not otherwise thought of, right?
And it's funny you say that because I had to go shopping for my mom and dad. And of course, it's the same thing. My dad wears the same 5 shirts, wears the same shoes. It's like, what the hell do I get him? You know. So going around, looking at different things, and I'm like, you know what? I think he'd enjoy this. Well, maybe he won't, but I think he will. Like, give it a shot, give it a try. And I know it's something that he wouldn't even think of of using or something. And the thing is, like, when he gets it, he might be like, "Holy shit, this is awesome!
How have I missed this for so long?"
I have. That's volume 1. I need to get number 2, 3, 4. You know, so I think it starts something. It could be like a potential starting point of something more. You know,
it's funny that you mentioned this because I put a crown this morning, and man, you sit there. There's a TV. Have you seen a TV in the ceiling?
Yeah.
They put the TV, the TVs in the ceiling, and you can use it the way you want it. You know, like
you can change it to
you can change whatever you want. You should put it in Amazon. So I put it in Amazon. It was like flipping before getting there, right? So I just got the anesthesia. So I was like, and then I got my favorite show of all time. They have in there, which is First with Feet. Have you ever seen this? Basically, this guy, it's 22 seasons already. So basically, this is the best interviewer ever. The best interviewer ever. And then they have famous people there, and while they talk about their lives, they eat hot sauce. Wings with hot sauce.
Oh, yeah.
And then it goes up.
Yeah.
Right, so the hot ones.
Yes, hot ones.
But
Yeah.
it's, the name of the podcast is First We Feast.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And then I was watching, man. They were doing that. I was laughing so hard. People, like seriously, like 10 people came to see why I was laughing so hard. Stop, guys, stop! Is this actress from the Stranger Things? You know, like Billy something Thornton.
Yeah.
So she's British. I didn't know that, but she does a. Like probably Midwest accent there. So her accent is really strong, like British, really strong. And then she's eating the thing, and and it's fine. All of a sudden, man, it got so hot. She started fingering him. And licking bottles and glasses, you know. So I started laughing so hard. He needs to stop. But everyone was there, man. Everyone was asking me the name of the show. They never thought about that. It's been there for 22 years.
Yeah.
But the receptionist, she left up front and came to see what was going on. She took notes of that. And that's exactly what I was looking for. And I said 22 seasons.
Yeah.
First We Feast.
First We Feast is yellow. It's a yellow look like a... Hey, you can put it there if you don't mind. Can you? Yeah.
Hey, Marco.
Allah.
Yeah, First We Feast is the TV show. With what's that? Oh, you're answering him? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, man. First We Feast, YouTube. You can put hot ones if you prefer. Yeah. Yeah, right there. That's the one.
This one.
Yeah, look at that. It's you, man. A Viking. The first one.
O'Brien.
It's 20. Man, it's 22 years. I watched it also.
Gonna be a lot of people that.
What is his name? Josh.
Participated on
What
that.
the Tennessee actor? Josh Baldwin. Man, I don't want to Bush his name. From the actor that does Thanos. The actor that does
Josh
Thanos. Brolin. Man, it was amazing. His interview was ridiculous.
There's a lot of memes that came from that show. Shaq eating it, and he goes,
he's just
it's not hot in his face. He's just crying tears. He's like, that's not effective either. Starts coughing. Yeah. No, it's a great show. Yeah.
Man, it's just the questions. And then I started reading about it. Man, they interview the family. They go in details. They look everything back. It's up to, to promote the best questions possible. So everybody's like, what? Why did you come with this question? Like, how do you know this? That's why it's pure entertainment.
They make it interesting for the person that is coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And they make it interesting for the viewer.
And by making it very interesting for the person that's coming in to be interviewed, it becomes interesting for the viewer because
people feel it forward to go in there.
It's exactly because it's not a forced thing. Like, okay, I'm going to send you the questions I'm going to ask, and then
what do you think of airline food?
And then
exactly.
It's not. But if you don't know the questions, no, we're just going to have a conversation, and then they ask questions like, "Oh,
you did your research."
Yeah, you did your research.
They do that all the time. Yeah. Absolutely all the time.
And it's funny you say that because Tom Segura, famous comedian, actor, he's gone on that 3 or 4 times. Bert Kreischer and Dylan and I listened to their podcast together. And
together, I mean you listen together? Like,
no. Separately, but then we were like,
got it.
You do too. You did. We just become best friends. Like, that type of thing. But Tom even said one time, he goes, "You're killing it, man. You are the best interviewer because you do your research, you come up with some of these questions and conversation pieces that keep us engaged. Like, I want to sit here and hang out with you and talk because you know what to ask."
Exactly.
Yeah.
There is one of the reasons why I started podcast, even though they're communists, but I don't mind. There's a podcast in Brazil. It's called Jovem Nerd, which is I don't even know how to translate that, but
Jovem Nerd?
Jovem, like
young.
Young nerd.
Oh, okay.
So basically, they've been around for a long time, like 20 plus years, and then their podcast is pretty nice, and now because they've grown so big, they get invited to go to those premiere movies and whatnot, and then all of the actors they wait until somebody from their group or for their I don't know how to say that, but like from the company to go to interview them, because it's always going to be a good interview because they are nerds. They love pop culture, and they go in and they ask the questions that everybody wants to ask, and then they are talking the language of the actor. Man, yes. And they're like, yes, and then they always have a shirt, that is, Quentin Tarantino sees, the guy on the first row of seats, right? First seats or first, second, or third, and then he's always looking for the guy that will have the shirt, right? And then he's always looking, and then he's pointing it out and asking the guy's question,
Yeah.
So it's always like that, and then there's one guy that he always go role playing, right? So let's say Wolverine. He went, who is the Wolverine?
Yeah.
Right? So it's pretty awesome, man. It's pretty cool. So it's very interesting. So that's it makes it interesting for people that are watching, because it's interesting for the person. It's like our podcast, we talk about things that we like to talk about, right?
Right.
And then the people watch it, and then now we're getting 35, 40, 50 views that before we're getting like 10, 12, right? And out of those 12, 4 were ours. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So now I don't even rewatch the episodes anymore. And then we get like 50, 54, 55 views, on the podcast, right? I don't know how long they keep on watching.
Which, by the way, like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah,
As
hit
Marco
the
did.
notification, man.
Yeah.
Send to
Let
your
me tell you a
friends.
story here about one of the questions, just to demonstrate how interesting the questions are. So Millie Bobby Brown, which is the actress from Stranger Things, right?
Yeah.
She's 18. She was 18 in that interview. I don't know when it was, which season it was.
Right.
So I was watching it, and then he said, like, look, he promotes her very subtly. I know that, like, isn't that great that you are able to produce your first movie, Enola Holmes?
Yeah.
You produced your first film when you were 18 years old. So can you share with us what is different from just being an actress? And then she gave a brilliant answer. She said, well, basically I'm there all the time. So I have more chances actually to, when everybody's gone, I can record, I have more chances, more opportunities to create, and I can actually discuss that later with the director. It's more like a you give and take, which is very different from being an actress, which you just receive it, whatever it comes to you, right?
Read the script, act it out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So she said, like, I have freedom to create. So, but because he made a nice question, she was excited. You could see her excitement explaining that, from a very above average intelligence person.
Yeah.
So that's what I made it, the questions and the show so interesting.
Yeah.
How did we go from Christmas to there?
To
Just because
podcast.
of your crown or whatever?
No,
You're watching it.
Yeah, man, because we were, like.
No, but yeah, I mean, we went far.
It's not bad. We're just
It's
saying
not bad. I'm not saying that in a
we were at
bad way.
Christmas and then now
I'm
we're
not saying
here.
in a bad way, but
No,
I'm
the
saying,
connection was surprising.
Yeah,
because
that's
then we
right.
saw the show, and then everybody went there.
yeah. And then we go off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
So-
But it's
Well,
just
and I'm
fun.
going to detour too. How do you like your cigar, Hilton?
well, I love the cigar.
Look at that. I'm just smoking this thing
Yeah.
down.
It goes fast. If you
It does go fast. Yeah.
Mine is still, I'm not so eager as you are. But,
I love this cigar.
probably I've been talking, more.
Oliva, talk to me. I'll promote the shit out of your guys' cigars.
Oh, yeah.
I love Oliva cigars.
Any comments from our new section? Do you have any comments from our new sections? Because you said like you would have like a pretty close, like quick.
I have to
new
do
section, right?
I have to do a scene for that, so that I hit the button and it goes like
Yeah, like
the
a
short
5 minute.
the short news.
Yeah,
by Conrad.
yeah.
5 minute news
Like
recap
old
for the
style,
week.
like from the 60s, from the
Yes.
70s,
So-
like.
Do we have a news of the week?
We got quite a few news. The government still recapping from what I previously reported on 2 weeks ago. Government still does not know where these drones or lights or figures are in the sky. UFO sightings are up nearly 500% across the United States, coast to coast. New Jersey alone has been receiving about 100 to 200 on average calls a night seeing UFO or drone activity. They don't know, and the government saying they don't know what it is. Before they were speculating Iran or Syria was flying drones. Now they're like, we don't know if these are drones or where the country of origin or even if they're from this planet. So basically the government's even admitting might be aliens. But UFOs are a possibility, gentlemen, that are happening across the United States. Don't know why.
They're starting to get here.
Yeah, they're anticipating.
And your mom is texting you. Merry Christmas. Mom, Merry Christmas, Mom.
Merry Christmas,
Merry
Mom.
Christmas, Mom.
Just spoke about you. Right, so, man, I will tell you, I heard a lot of different theories, and I understand that people like to speculate, but America wouldn't allow No one. It doesn't matter if you're incompetent. It would never allow, like Iran drones in the land. Okay, so I think it's just a speculation about that, and it's fine. But regarding drones, have you seen what happened yesterday with the drones in Miami?
Orlando.
In Orlando, was it Orlando?
It was a drone show.
There was a lot, dozens of them falling from the sky.
Yeah, and one
hit a person, right?
Hit a kid, hit a child.
He didn't die, right? So it was just.
Well, he's in the hospital. It was It was not a fatal injury, but it was a hospitalization injury where one of the drones fell from the sky. Don't know what caused the drone to fall, but it did hit a child.
Yeah, Orlando. You're right.
It was in Orlando.
It was Florida. So, but did you see the image?
I haven't.
It was red and green, and then you see all of a sudden they all start falling, and then one follow because they were back, all the way in the back, but then some start falling next to the camera. It's exploding. So again, we have Orlando, the drones, a reality. We have the New Jersey. I've seen yesterday. It was I think it was 2 nights ago was the longest and most powerful demonstration of drones in China ever. Have you seen this?
I have not.
You can't believe
it's replacing fireworks.
No, but
it shows.
But if they can do that for entertainment, my friend.
Yeah, imagine warfare with this.
Warfare, because the scariest image was when all of them went back for the same position because they were like thousands, and they all went back for the same. So you could see like like something.
They went back.
Sucking.
They went back to parking.
Yeah, because there's so much light. It looks like they were being sucked. Like those sci-fi.
I know when they
ships, then
abduction.
Yeah, so exactly. But it looks like Matrix, like super fast going to action. You can tell that it was accelerated because it was moving too fast, and you could see the cars. So it wasn't that fast. But it was scary, man. It was scary. And then the wars, right? And then we have using
drones. Yes,
drones
that was the
war,
biggest thing. Yeah,
right?
It's been happening.
And the Longhorns here. Have you seen the Longhorns one? It's so good in the games.
Yes. Yeah, I read somewhere where UT is one of the only college campuses that have used it, or it's the largest display of a college campus to use a drone display.
Exactly. In the world.
In the world or the United States?
For teams. For teams
okay.
Is in the world.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
What are they doing?
I mean, just shapes of balls, and then you go there.
The team logo.
And then going back and forth.
Yeah.
And it's not like the one in China. Believe me. Just try. I will send you guys this, but it's cool. Colors. You have colors on that. And it's... Look, can I tell you something? You said that, they fell, and they hurt a kid, right? But if you compare fireworks versus drones, probably more people get injured with the fireworks than with the drones.
Yeah.
We always have to do that. Yes, it's very dangerous.
Yeah, but it's in fireworks is already known by people, and then drones is a new thing.
That's true.
Yeah.
With drones becoming more readily available and cheaper, then we might see an uptick in injury, causing injuries, accidents, flying into cars or what.
Yeah. You go and buy fireworks, and then you buy one, and then you get 5.
Yeah.
It's like
when drones get to that price, I'm gonna go and buy a drone, and then you got 5 drones.
Yeah, like one for the family. Come on now.
This kind of accident is a problem, right? Because you see Amazon, Uber, they're trying to use it. Small and big, actually, drones to deliver for delivery and to carry stuff. But now, with more and more cases like that, you see more pushbacks.
Yeah.
Against they use it in towns, in cities.
Yeah.
People will be afraid. That's the end of the news.
Yes.
We got one more thing.
We got one more news.
Thing. The only other thing that I can just quickly think on the top of my head is we avoided a government shutdown.
Yes.
The government finally agreed to sign on a deal to keep the government running. So, there we go.
Yes.
The government keeps working.
I just read it about.
What is that? A government shutdown? What does what
So
does that
there
mean?
was and honestly, I think it's an interesting political commentary for the United States, because the original bill that was presented to, because the government needs funding. It was originally 1,500 pages worth of information, different various things that were put in there. There were some good, some bad. Elon Musk, since he is going to be coming in with Vivek as the Department of Government Efficiency, looked over and said, why is it 1,500 just to keep the government going? And of course, it was originally a Democrat proposed bill, spending bill. Elon said, take out all of the unnecessary crap. Because there was a lot of just spending that was taxpayer spending. All our money that's going to be spent on it. And then it went from 1,500 pages of a bill down to 100 and something pages. That was proposed by the Republicans as a rebuttal, like we're not gonna vote for this, but what do you think of this? And then that one was shot down as well. And then eventually, kind of a middle ground was reached between Republicans and Democrats to vote on, a slimmed down version of the bill.
And it would look really bad.
But if
it would look really bad to shut down in the Christmas. I knew that.
Shut down government
that.
means like giving like a vacation to everybody for a couple of weeks or something like that.
Exactly. So anyone that's working a government position,
they don't get paid. They can work, but they don't get paid.
Oh, okay.
And then
they might still have to work.
2019, we have that. We are in the airport during the shutdown in 2019, and it took us like 4 hours longer. Huge lines, and then I explained to the guy what was happening, and he like, "That's why I'm here. I'm not getting any money today. I didn't understand."
Yeah.
And he was working for free. And there's no payment.
Yeah.
And then think about the thousands of people said they were sick that day.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why? If I'm not gonna get paid,
the issue with it is, and I think what's coming to light, and I think that's a political statement that should be talked about, is how many people of political power have some type of influence that we'll put that in there. There was a proposal to taxpayer funded pay for a new football stadium for the Washington Commanders. Put it in there. It's going to cost
$1 billion,
$1.5 billion, but it's our money. It's not a national team. This is not a national team, but they put it in there to be like, oh, you'll just pay it.
Which team?
The Commanders.
It's not the Commanders. It's the Commanders.
There was also a position or a certain amount of money. I forget how much it was, but it was for including female-looking crash dummies for vehicle safety, because they needed to have equal representation.
On the crashing
thing. A crash dummy.
Okay.
So a crash dummy that is just non-gender specific, just a entity supposed to represent a male or female.
Yeah, it's just like
it's just a body.
Yeah.
But now you need to have a gender assigned to it for representation.
But how would you feel?
Makes sense.
If all of them,
I'm gonna say that all the dummies they should be. I don't want to say the word, and I'm not gonna say, but they should have breasts. Yeah, because then it would show how it hits it. So to help protect, those areas. But at the same time, also they should have the male, genitalia there, because for men it's important not to be hit on the area, and for women it's important not to be hit on this area.
But
I deduce scientifically, I'm sure.
And I know that the dummies do not have any genitalia.
No, but
yes.
my point is, how would you guys feel if all dummies were feminine body? I'm sure at certain point, why are they all only feminine? You know, I think for us,
for the crash to look good.
it's easy. It looks easier for us because it's always been that way. I don't know if there is, if what you said, that's exactly what I thought. If what you said is the reason, I understand. If it's just because it's a super woke thing that you need representation, then it's bullshit.
Yeah,
But
because
if it's
the
what you
dummies
said,
there
I
do
think
not
so.
represent, me because it has no genitalia there. You know what I mean?
So that's it.
Yeah.
And that's what it was. It was a woke agenda type of piece to show that there's a female and male. When crash dummies in the past have been not, it's just an inanimate object. But the scientific data with sensors, you can conclude this much pressure from the seatbelt if you had breasts from being a female or if you were a male is going to, affect the breast. It's going to break. So the thing is, like, it's such a non-issue. But why is it slipped in there that's going to cost taxpayer money $2 or $3 million or more? But so that's my point.
Is it more, or it's just that? Because look, if the idea is to replace the ones that are there, you have to replace, and you go there, you replace half and half. What is the problem?
Yeah, because they
You understand what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
if they have to replace, I think if this extra, if you're gonna throw it away just because it's masculine, there's no point. But if you're, so the thing is, what we were saying, I agree, I understand, like, it's a waste of money, and I completely understand that. But every media I listen from the left and the ones I read from the right, whatever I have to justify what I have, it's justifiable. Whatever it is from the other side, you see that it's impossible. It seems like everything I do is justifiable for me.
Right.
But everything the other side, you see that spending $3 million in dummies.
Right.
Are you replacing? I don't know. I want to see that.
Yeah. Do they break? They gotta be replaced and then replaced with the new.
You understand? Like,
with the new style now.
So that's what I would say, if you don't mind. Like, you said something, and I understand. And because I'm really, really skeptical. Really skeptical. I just think, honestly, that Elon Musk just wants to, if someone is going to use the budget and people's money, it's going to be my friend, my people, my friends. So it's not about him or Bezos or what is this other guy is always connected to the left that owns the one who always crashed Argentina. What is this billionaire from the left that everybody created a lot of what is billionaire? It's like
George Soros?
Soros, yeah. It doesn't matter if it's Soros, if it's Musk, if it's it doesn't matter. They will all are looking for the same thing. How can I be involved, and how can I make them pay for what I want? That's exactly what I think Elon Musk is going to do, which is nothing different from Soros, from all the other guys. I don't think it's going to be better than anybody.
That is a valid point. I don't know.
It is a valid point. Yeah.
I don't know the intentions behind Musk other than defining it and just and cutting the waste. I think cutting the waste. When you can take the same exact bill of 1,500 pages that is presented and be like, hey, read through it, and you have to vote on this tomorrow. You have 12 hours to read through 1,500 pages and vote yes or no on it. Or here's 100 pages. Or, as what was proposed a couple of times, why aren't these brought up as separate bills? Government funding. Do we want to keep the government funded? And if we do, and this is the budget proposed, yes or no? Okay, move on. Do we want to have female crash dummies? It's going to cost us X amount of dollars. Vote yes or no. This is what I'm saying is the current process of lumping it all into one thing and being like, here's 1,500 pages, either accept it and you'll look good or decline it and you'll look bad, is where our political system is failing. And I feel like that's what is trying to be brought and made into light as far as like, why are these things being included? Everyone's
There's
saying
something that are this core government.
Exactly.
Right? Things that cannot stop.
If you were to say this is a bill This is a bill to keep the government open. Why is there something in there for a stadium? Why is there something for this? Why is there something for that? That should be a separate proposal that does not need to be included into this. That's my perspective.
Yeah, because it's not core.
It's
core is security,
education,
Yes.
right?
health.
And health. These are core. And although the crash dummies is related to health, but
It's safety.
Yeah, health and safety. But
Right.
what is the impact of a dummy that never represented men to start with? Because it was just a body with a bald hair or bald head, right? It could be because women don't get bald, but men do. But it was always like a bald head, a thin body, weighing about 80 kilos,
Which is absolutely wrong, right?
yes,
Which
because everybody
First of
weighs
all-
more than that.
First of all, it's
wrong.
absolutely wrong.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
You should have like different sizes, different.
exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
To
that's
fairly represent other
exactly.
than just a male and a female.
But if you're replacing, as I said, if you're replacing for probably
Sorry.
color would affect me more. Color. Oh no, you gotta put it. You gotta put eyes. Like I think that would affect me more.
I think, and again, my argument is like, okay, if they want to do something like that, we need to improve the lighting here. But if we want to do something like that to improve, I would say yes. If you put the genitalia there, fala Rodrigo. If you put the genitalias there, and more parts that has sensors in to say this car, if you crash as a man, if you're driving and you're a man-like figure, this could potentially happen to you. But if you're a women-like figure, these will potentially happen to you. It's going to be the result is going to be slightly different because there's sensors there now, right? The same as like long hair, because let's say the hair, the way that the hair bounces catches on the seat belt.
Seat belt,
and then
any other
like
part,
the body goes, but the head stays. You know what I mean? And then you could break your neck. So and then you gotta put hair on the dummy.
How about
So
someone who weighs 300 pounds in the back versus
weight
someone who weighs 100 pounds
in the back of the front, of the driver's seat, for example. Yeah, all of that, yes, it's improvements that can be made, but that is not part of the core government. You know what I mean?
If it's education, because this case is health, education, and safety. How do you separate that? You see, honestly, I am in favor of PPP, public and private partnership. This is what I truly believe we should have. Like a smaller government in which there will be really well-paid people, right? More monitoring or creating or evaluating, assessing what's best, and go to the market because, man,
Don't you think that's what this Department of Government Efficiency is all about?
I don't know. It can be. I want to see it. So far, I haven't been convinced by anybody.
Yeah.
Right.
And the only reason I bring that up is because he's already said, speaking of the IRS is, a cash cow of taxpayer dollars that he's like, you do not need to pay for TurboTax. The government knows exactly how much money you either receive or pay in taxes. So why are we wasting taxpayer-funded money on a department that knows exactly how much money you should be giving back or receiving?
Or
the government.
All private money for us to calculate all the taxes. If they know, just send us on the mail. It's like,
exactly. And that's exactly. So this is what I'm saying is there's processes that in
they don't know everything, Conrad.
Well, and I mean, and that's where, but the thing is, for a vast majority of people, they work for an employee or employer. They receive a W-2. They receive their funds. They know how much, the government is tracking how much money you are transferring from X, Y, and Z. They know what's going on. It is not hard for the government to deduce and come up with this information. It is
but
not
deduce
hard
is
whatsoever.
a complicated word.
But my point is, you do not need to, and this is what's happening, is these government departments are getting so big that this is the excuses. Oh, no, there's more people. We need more. We need more resources.
The bigger they get, the dumber they get.
Exactly.
I think the worst part is the weight on the citizens. The weight, because you not only have to pay the taxes, but you need to pay a service to help you and
pay those taxes.
To pay those taxes, so it's a lot of weight on the citizen. That's an imbalance. In Brazil, it says that we have to work until May 31st to start
earning money for ourselves.
So because it takes taxes, 5 full months of work to pay the taxes, all the taxes. Of course, here it says just a publicity, like you can see it's a piece of ad just to say how bad it is. But it is almost like that, it takes 5 months. I know because I pay taxes there and I pay taxes here.
Yeah.
So I know how it is. So yeah, it's a wait. Definitely, it's a wait. Anyone that comes, right? So and make it more efficient. Everybody wants to see what's going to happen.
So that's what's been proposed, especially on X. Elon Musk has said, if you have your degree, I'm accepting resumes to revamp and rehaul the IRS and the tax system that we currently have. And you would be surprised at how many people, I'm not going to say surprised, but thousands of people have I have my master's degree. There was one guy who's like, here's my YouTube channel where I have 2.5 million subscribers, and this is my virtual resume where I go over everything that I've accomplished, and these are the changes that I would propose to Elon. And this guy that I watched, he goes, I don't even want a paycheck. I just want to make it better for the people that are paying their taxes. So it's stuff like this that I feel at least kickstarts the conversation to make a positive change for all of us, because the current system is not efficient enough. And if it's not efficient, it needs to stop and be revamped and restarted in a different way. So I feel like that's why I appreciate at least Elon from this perspective. There might be other perspectives, and I mean, Trump's already said, he's like, I don't like electric cars. We are not an electric country. We are about gas. We are about oil. We do not care about batteries. Trump's already said that. So it's like, whatever Elon wants to do, I won't sign off on it because we are an oil producing country.
But there are other ways to do that, right? So for example, make it way more difficult for the Chinese to sell in the United States. It's a way to protect and to give money back to L. So just one case.
Exactly.
Yeah,
no,
but he was
absolutely.
already doing that before. So,
but I mean,
he was doing that. Doing that.
Trump was doing that before.
Yeah,
right.
Making
but
it for the Chinese.
I'm not naive.
It's not to benefit, Elon.
But I mean, that's going to affect.
Yes, he's going to be the one who benefit the most. But that's just
but I sell flooring, and then Elon doesn't own flooring, and then he makes it difficult on flooring companies. It eases off on flooring American manufacturers. Actually, it does not make it easy for them. It just makes them profit a little bit more money, and which is what he's trying to do, is to get American companies to make more money. Right. And keep their money here instead of money going.
My problem is how much, based on his history, how much he's gonna let distribute that, because he's well known for not distributing among people who work for him. If you work less than 12 hours, you are useless. So I don't know about you guys. I don't work 12 hours. I don't want to work 12 hours.
Right.
I don't want to do that.
But it's a balance. There's some people that do not mind working 12 hours, but they're handsomely rewarded. The salary at Tesla, the salary at Boring,
slow.
Depends
Compared
on the position.
to Dell, for example, is low.
Which position?
Almost every single position, part to part, and Dell doesn't pay well. Dell doesn't pay well, right? I'm sorry. I mean, Dell
pays well.
No,
right.
Compared to the average, pays well, but not among the top companies, right?
Right.
You see, Apple, Samsung, HP, HD, they pay way more. I would. it's hard to compare Tesla with the IT because it's really mixed, right? So it's a car industry, but it's all technology industry.
Right.
If you compare to Toyota, if you compare to other,
And the
But that's
difference,
what
like
like,
companies in ascension is different. You know, like it's value. I think if I'm not mistaken, if you put the value of other the 40 top, like from position 2 to 30 to 41, it's less value than the whole Tesla, which is not
But
true.
that's what I'm saying is like it's hard to just lump Tesla
Yeah.
into something because it's manufacturing, but it's also IT. You know, so
Yeah,
if you're to
that's my
do
point, yeah.
if you're to do
But-
apples to apples for a position to position,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know what it compares to.
You gotta compare to Toyota to I think it's fair to do that.
that's one thing that you might be forgetting also, which is a car company. It doesn't matter if it's gas or batteries, right? It's a tough industry. Tesla is valued a lot because people buy shares, and then when they buy shares, the value goes up because they believe that's the future. So the shares go up because of the future value of it.
Yes.
So it does not reflect, the real state of health that the company is at.
No.
What
No,
it does
that's
help, it's like, oh, my company is $1 trillion, so it makes it easier for them to access funds because they can
Yes.
put shares against it, so they
Yes.
can borrow money to
Yes.
make things work in the company. But it
Cheap
does
money.
not, it's cheaper money.
Right.
It does not mean that the company is very profitable. It means that everybody thinks that the company will be very
I
profitable.
want to
in the
have a
future.
piece of that.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
Wanna
what
have
it
some
means.
Correct.
So market value is completely different. It's like,
Yes.
that comparison that I'm like putting all together is like, to me, that is just the public buying shares, and that does not reflect the real state of the health of the company, right? So that is completely different beast. It's hard. Like, for example, if Trump says, no, I'm not going to make it easy for Elon Musk on the batteries and electric cars or whatever, because we are oil country, not battery country. Yes, that's okay because he does not need that. He goes like, I don't need that because why he doesn't need that? Because the way he exposes things makes people think that he knows what he's doing, and then people are like, I'm buying shares because I'm going to profit off these shares, right? So I'm thinking about me. I'm not thinking about Elon Musk. I'm thinking about me buying 100 shares now and then selling in the future. I'm buying for $1,000 now. I'm selling in the future for $10,000. So that's what people are thinking about.
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you think Tesla has the same impact for our contemporary world than GM had in the invention of the car 100 years ago? Or the invention of the car, or
Ford,
yes. I would say Ford would be more impactant than Tesla, right?
Well, you actually mentioned that it's the car came to save the planet because
Yes.
of the horses, and now
right.
the electric car is coming to save from
Yes,
the
yeah.
internal combustion cars. So yes, it's exactly the same thing, and then and that's why Ford is still known as the best company in car.
Especially
That
trucks, for trucks, for
Yeah.
example.
Well, and
Sold
that's
the most, sells the most.
and that's it. Is Ford was number one worldwide because they were the first auto manufacturer, and then other companies came. But
That's my
Ford,
point.
Ford was still the pinnacle, and I
Yes.
feel like there are a lot better other electric vehicles out there than Tesla. But Tesla mainstreamed, it popularized
Not only
battery
that,
powered.
It's the difference that Tesla has done is to put a network of charging stations that you can park and charge, and that's
it's the
the
same-
difference.
It's real estate.
But it's the same-
Yeah, it's real estate. A lot of
Yeah.
real estate
A
too.
lot of real estate, but the
that's-
thing is,
that's the
Ford did the
difference.
same thing. He worked
Ford
with the
did-
government for gas stations.
For gas stations, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying is for the internal combustion, the automobile industry, when it was in its infancy, Ford was the pinnacle worldwide. Now for battery electric vehicles, I feel like Tesla is the pinnacle for that car industry. Doesn't mean there's other car industries or car manufacturers that do it way better. Absolutely. But when you still think of an electric vehicle, you think
Do
of
the
Tesla.
same way. You know what I mean? It doesn't. It's just like, for example, Toyota. Why Toyota is the biggest today? Because they worked out a system in the factory that is very lean. right?
Yeah.
And they do not pay very well. The employees, the salaries are low. It's known. It's well known. I mean, just research, you're gonna see it. I mean, I worked for a car company 7 years, 6.5 years. So it's car companies. They need bank money to keep running. So, and that's not different, when you change the matrix of how you power the car. It's the same thing. So, what Elon Musk has with his personality and whatnot, and because it's a brand new thing, like Ford was 120 years ago, right? It was, but if Ford had a little bit of help of government, and Tesla also has a little bit of help from the government, the 30% tax write-off when you buy anything electric, like electric panels, electric cars, or whatever. And of course, the other companies also benefit from that. But that's the wave created by the efficiency that Tesla has. Like, for example, I never really wanted a Tesla. I like my Tesla. You know what I mean? But I don't like the footing position of my Tesla. I think it's a little bit uncomfortable. I'd rather, have a BMW, and if it is electric, even better. You know what I mean? But I don't want to, and then I thought, I'm going to buy this car. I'm going to keep it for like 2 or 3 years. Now, I think I'm not going to sell it. You know what I mean? I'm going to keep this car until it dies. You know what I mean? Because
your daughter is going to drive it.
Yeah, probably. Because it makes it so easy, to stop and have a little splash of 5 minutes and get me going for the rest of the day. That's what I need. I don't need the car to travel, from one place to another. Richard Hammond, from the Top Gear, the Grand Tour, you know what I mean? And now the smallest car in Paramount, right? So somebody asked him, it's like, he said, I don't believe that the future is going to be electric. I think the future is going to be electric, hydrogen.
Yeah. You remember that was my whole point.
Yeah, it's going to be, internal combustion engine. It depends on what you need the car to do for you. But if you're going to drive in town, electric is going to be great. If you're going to drive shorter distance, but like travel short distance, not travel long distance, maybe the hydrogen is going to be okay. Right? But what about very long distance, like sales reps that they travel, 250 miles a day, because they go from city to city to city to city visiting people, right? Sales reps that move this economy because they are selling product to the people that are going to sell to the consumer, right? So these guys, they cannot deal with electric unless there is a battery pack that you can put in a car that charges in the same amount that the Tesla, takes to charge, 45 minutes. It doesn't matter. It can take like 1 hour. It doesn't matter, right? On a fast charger. But if the battery can take you 1,000 miles, actually, that's gonna help those sales reps because they can drive and around the state visiting and come back home to recharge at home again.
Yeah.
And then so the battery technology would evolve now because of that. You know what I mean? So, but it's still, it is mineral. It's taken from the earth that we have, this little carbon ball that we have floating around. And it's not oil, but it's still earth. It's still minerals. It's still things in the world, in earth, can only be transformed. Nothing is created. It's put things together, nothing, and even if okay, I just consolidate air and turn it into a solid state. Well, you grab the air.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So everything is transformed. Nothing is created. And then, so everything that we have, it comes from the same earth. You know what I mean? So that's only going to be exactly the same. It doesn't matter what it is. But people believe that electric is the future. And, as of right now, it is.
We have a conundrum here. Like, who do you think was the worst enemy of Uber when Uber got into Porto Alegre?
The taxis.
Exactly. Do you know exactly what they did? Man, it's mobster gang thing. Like they would. Why? Because they know they can be replaced. So the gas business it's a consolidated business, right? So you have the parts, you have the, there's so many, the car makers, you have the oil from Middle East, right? You have a lot of forces that, since the means of transportation in the US were based on cars, whatever you try to Europeanize any city in the United States, people are against that because there's so many people that are against this business. Now, with Tesla, which is more technology, different parts, so you kind of disrupting the whole industry. So the same thing that taxis did for Uber, for sure, the old business will do to the new business.
Right.
I'm not saying that this is better business, okay? I'm not saying it's better, because Uber and taxi, it's car. You have cars, just a different way to do that. But this consolidation is going to be very difficult. And then the government also plays an important point, has always played an important role in that. I hope we have less involvement of the government, but I doubt we're going to have a lot of involvement, because ideally, for competition, for consumers, for we as consumers, it would be great to have like 6 or 7 different types of fuels in which I can adapt according to my life. Because when you said something, you said, oh, you see Tesla, there are only certain Teslas, right? You have a pickup? Are there electric pickups, big pickups?
Well, yes. Well, the Ford Lightning is supposed to be a good pickup truck, and I met a Ford Lightning owner because our daughters go to the same school. They're kind of in the realm of the BFFs.
That's going to be a
they have like
thing.
4 or 5 best friends, and he actually is a sales guy. He sells roofing, right?
And what is he? What did he say?
And he drives a F1 Lightning, and then he says like, if I have to haul, like put a trailer and then haul things heavy, my consumption goes half, so I don't do it. But I don't need to do it because the guys, they have their big, pickup trucks, and then they use, those pickup trucks to take materials to the job site. Once the battery get, let's say if the battery is like 400 miles, right, in the Cybertruck, for example, or the Lightning, and then if it gets to 1,200 miles, right, the technology of the battery, it's like engines, Remember back in the day, you'd have like 12 or 16 cylinder engines. You can see those in car museums, and then they would have like 80 horsepower.
Yeah.
And then now you have Formula One with a 1.6 engine that has 1,000 horsepower. You know what I mean? So technology evolves. So the battery technology and the motor, the electric motor is this big of a car, this big. So it's less moving parts. It's gonna break less. It's gonna save people money. You know what I mean? And at the same time, it will make businesses go, doing bad. But because it's not gonna replace 100%, it's gonna be okay.
To bring that whole thought process back into the full circle of
Christmas.
things. No,
not that
not
far
that
back.
full circle. Yeah, not that full circle.
Not quite there yet.
Not there yet. But I feel like efficiency is the name of the game. At the end of the day, if there's some form of efficiency, and I mean, it's already started where Elon Musk tweeted on X stating like, no. 1,500 pages is too much of just fluff stuff. If you're trying to keep the government open, take out that crap that's unnecessary, which is completely true.
Yeah.
Is completely true. This is how you run private sector. You run lean. Toyota runs lean. Tesla innovates itself because it's heavy, but eventually it'll start running leaner. And this is what you have to do. To have that thought process with government is how you accelerate. Tesla also, when you look at it, is able to do the things that they do because Ford and GM have gotten so much money from the government, so they don't need to innovate. They don't need to keep people excited about their products, because they're always going to have a source of income from the government coming. Where these other companies are like, no, we have to be groundbreaking. We have to revolutionize our segment. Rivian, what name whatever company, small company is out there. They have to break the market. They have to come into the market and be like, hey,
disrupt.
Come to us because we're doing something. And this is what I feel like is government. Government
there's more. There's Fisher, which is from Europe as well.
And that's what I'm saying. Fisher had solar panels on the top. Something that people entice. But you still have Ford and GM, and it hasn't been until recently that Ford, GM are like, well, maybe we should start getting into electric motors because we're seeing the success of Tesla. So and this is what I'm saying about wrapping it up back to government. The government needs to change a lot faster and keep up with the times, because right now it is not. It is a very slow monster.
Yeah. The government is titanic, and companies are like a speedboat. Unless it's got a big company.
And to make a full circle, let me ask a question. In soccer, nobody plays on Christmas. How about NFL?
I'm glad you brought that up because I think it is time to.
Well, it depends when you bring the screen up, and I'll run the scene.
I'm not as fast as Dylan. What week are we on, gentlemen?
We're on the
16 or 17. I think it's 17, right?
I did last week. No, we are 15 maybe.
No, this is at 17. I'm right.
17.
Yeah.
Okay, so December 25th. Okay, so
so you want to
the battle of the logos.
Dylan's a lot quicker with the cutaways. I apologize, but
what you're gonna do is bring that screen over there.
Okay.
Yeah, because I can run from this pen over here.
So
and then we see that screen, and then we see the picks. So Dylan has put his picks on it.
He's already put his picks. Let's just quickly. I'm gonna bring this back over.
Yep.
And go over last week. Week 16.
Texans.
Hilton.
Look at Texas.
10. Dylan 10. Conrad 11. George 9. And Paul 10.
That was a hard one, huh?
It was. Well, we still have a Monday night game, so this is due to change. We do have a game tonight, so that could be.
You won't change anything because.
We all swept. Yeah, it could be one less. But
so you are 1 point ahead, 2 points ahead. Check in the other. Yeah, over there. You are 1 point ahead.
1 point ahead of Dylan.
Yeah,
one ahead of Dylan. So I think the games that saved me were the Raiders.
It's funny because so far I did 10 points and Paul did 10 points, but we went
very different
paths to get to those.
Good old Paul.
So he's still trading 3 points behind. And we got to ask Paul for the picks.
That's right. We got to. I don't have his number.
I do. I'll text him later.
I mean,
we.
Actually, it's Monday.
Next week.
Yeah. So, let's see. Some of the games. This one, the Ravens-Steelers, was a good game. Dylan's game of the week, the Broncos and Chargers. That was a good game.
Yeah.
It was
Vikings and Seahawks.
Vikings and Seahawks, that came down towards the end. I was hoping for a different outcome, but all right. And then everyone picked this game, 49ers and Dolphins. Dolphins just beat the crap out of the 49ers. Wasn't even close. So
Fins up.
Fins were up. This did not calculate, but I believe.
Oh, the Cowboys beat the Bucks.
Yes, they did.
Good for Paul and Dylan.
Let me see. Okay, so he's just manually entering our.
Well, yes, yeah. Once that the game goes in, which is tonight, and then we're going to see if we did
5 of 7.
Okay.
So far as 5 of 7.
Yeah. Okay.
So far as 5 of 7. All right.
Yeah. Okay. So that's how we did last week. And now let's go over this week's games. We have, to answer your question, George.
Yes,
December
Christmas.
25th.
We've got 2 games, not just one, but we've
Oh
got
my
2.
goodness.
And it confused me why last week we had a Wednesday game, 2 Wednesday games, because they're the exact same teams playing
Wow.
again Wednesday.
Yeah, true. Ravens and Steelers and Chiefs and Texans.
Yeah, just different order, but these are the 2 teams playing. So, with that being said, game 1 on Netflix, Chiefs at Steelers. Who are we going for?
I don't know. I want to say Steelers, but Chiefs is hard to go against the Chiefs.
I'll go last.
Did they win? Did they win last week?
Who?
The Chiefs?
They lost to the Texans, right?
No, they beat.
They lost to Texans.
Yeah, the Chiefs.
Yeah. Why did they put Chiefs? Did we all pick Texans? No.
we all picked the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Swore. Chiefs won.
Yeah. Well, so what is that? What
We
is
all picked
wrong?
the Texans.
We did. I didn't. Did we?
You might. I mean, if it's there.
Weird.
I could've picked
Weird.
The Chiefs.
Yeah.
No, I definitely picked the Chiefs.
Yeah.
All right, so we might have a little
Technical
conflicting-
problem here.
Yeah. Okay. So, but to answer your question, yes, the Chiefs did beat the Texans last week.
I on those the fantasy picks, I went into that file and I picked the ones that I had picked on the podcast.
Uh huh. So maybe you did, but I remember picking the Chiefs.
No. And then I will see
Who picked it? Who didn't?
I can see, if that is for some reason a little wrong, but
Okay.
You might be right. I don't know.
I'll yeah.
Well, we might, because we talked about no, they're not going to play because this and that. They don't feel like they need to play because they already clinched the playoffs and whatnot, and probably.
Yes, I gotta check out Dylan's fingers. Like, what is he typing?
Play at home. Play at home, right? So yeah.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Check the episode.
Yeah,
Check the
come
episode.
on.
Check the episode.
Yeah.
You
Where's
can
the
see
yellow?
in the
Where's the
episode.
yellow flag?
That's the episode, right?
Yeah.
I'll go Chiefs on that one.
Okay, so let's go in Chiefs. Type in here. Oh, I don't know if this is the view only sheet.
Yes. This is yours.
That's on my. Hold on. Cancel that and then click on my little face and then yeah. Now you'll be able.
Edit that. Here. Why? So, chefs. George. Are you
I
gonna
said
go
I'm
last?
going to be the last here. Yeah.
I'm gonna go Steelers.
We don't know Paul, but we asked Paul.
Chiefs.
Chiefs? Okay. I'm only going Steelers just because I feel like the Chiefs clinched. They're so far ahead. They don't really have anything to worry about.
Exactly what we thought last week. And they still won.
Yeah. Next game, the Ravens at the Texans.
Oh.
Well, Texas coming from a loss.
Playing at home.
Yeah.
What are they
Playing at
playing
home.
for? They already clinched.
I think so. Yeah, I think Dylan's better at this knowledge than me, but I can only say that there was one big injury for the Texans and their wide receiver. So,
I'll go Birds.
we go Birds. All right. Go Ravens as well.
Yes, Ravens.
All right. Next game, the Thursday night, 26th, Amazon, the Seattle Seahawks against
Conrad. I'll pick up Conrad.
the Conrads.
I'll go
Yeah.
Birds.
Right.
Is this the mouse? Probably your mouse moves slower than this one.
Yeah, mine's
Right,
very,
yeah.
very
Yeah, I
dummy.
know.
Yeah, this is set up for Dylan's
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, Dylan is like, he's playing video games. All right, Saturday, We've got 3 games Saturday. How interesting. All right.
We never have games on Saturday.
No, we don't.
Because it's college football.
Yeah. Maybe the NFL's trying to screw over college football. I don't know.
Unless there is no college football this Saturday, and then they...
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. The Chargers at the Patriots.
Chargers.
Okay. Where are we? Here. Chargers as well. Next is the Broncos at Bengals.
Broncos lost the last one?
They did. They lost against the Chargers.
At home.
Close game. It was a close game between the two.
Yeah, I would take the Broncos.
You're going to go Broncos?
Yeah, this is hard.
Hilton?
Yeah, I'll go Broncos. I don't know.
I'm going to go Bengals.
Playing home, right?
Playing at home. They're playing good.
Are they out already, or?
I don't know.
So,
again, I'm not as up to date with all of that. That Dylan is. The Arizona Angry Birds at the Los Angeles Lakers, who are playing really well. And this team lost in overtime to the Carolina Panthers. That I made that prediction. I was the only one last week.
I would take the Rams.
I have no faith in the Cardinals. Yep. I agree. Where is that game?
I'll go Lakers.
Before Broncos, you have the
right there. Okay. Yep. Rams. Rams across the board. All right. Next, it is the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah. You can't even put that for Paul.
Yeah. Paul, we're just going to pick for you on that one.
Yeah. Put Giants for him. Just put Giants.
Poor guy. He's probably trying to gain ground on this. The New York Jets. Battle of New York. Right here. The Jets at the Buffalo Bills.
No, Bills for me.
Bills. All right.
Hard thing. Oops.
Jesus Christ. I can't do
that. Yeah. Easier typing than
than doing this. All right. The next game is the Tennessee Titans at the Jacksonville Land Rovers.
This is
Jaguars.
the bottom of the shit.
Yeah. Jaguars for me.
Jaguars.
I'll go Titans.
Yeah, playing home.
Just to change it up a bit.
I'm gonna go Titans.
Okay.
Also, I'm gonna go with you, Hilton. Next, it is the Las Vegas Raiders at the really terrible New Orleans Saints.
Which last year they were really good.
They were all right. What has happened
Raiders.
to them? Gonna go Raiders.
Yes.
George. Raiders.
I'll go Saints.
It's all bad anyway.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Raiders. Like the Saints at all. Surprising game. Are any of these games game of the week for anybody? I haven't seen any so far.
Nothing. I have one or two there that's coming.
That's coming up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we have the next game,
which
is on what is that? It's on
Sunday
at noon on CBS. It's the Panthers at the Buccaneers.
Give me the Buccaneers.
I go Bucks.
Here's okay. I think it's just gonna beep.
Type it. No, Buccaneers is too much. It's better.
Yeah. I'm just gonna copy and paste.
That's my game of the week.
That's your game of the week. Game 1 or game 2?
Game 1.
Okay. George meant on that one. Okay. Game of the week. Next.
I'll go Birds.
The Cowboys at the Eagles.
Yeah.
Go Birds.
It hurts, but yeah.
Eagles. I'm gonna do Eagles as well.
Not a game. Not your second game. Nothing.
No. You know what? Yeah, that's gonna be. You know what? Good point. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my game of the week is yeah, that's mine, not the one up there.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, you put it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering why you picked.
No,
that one.
no. Cowboys and Eagles. Yeah.
Okay. George.
That's my game one.
The next game is the Miami Dolphins.
Fins up for me.
Yeah. Sure. Much better this way, huh?
Yeah, much better, much better. This has now moved to a Monday night game, but the
No, we'll continue here
Okay.
with this screen, so that doesn't confuse
Packers and Vikings.
next it is the
Green Bay People's team at the Vikings.
is a phenomenal
That's my number two.
game.
That's my number two. That's my number two.
Number one game.
Okay. All right, let me find where is that? Here. George number 2, Hilton number 1. This is going to be Connor at number 2. And what are we thinking, gentlemen?
Every time that I picked against the Packers, no, it's not every time because I had one
That's the
going
hardest
my
game.
way, and the other one
is a hard
going
The hardest game.
Levy's way. I'm gonna go against this time. I'm gonna go Viking.
Vikings, okay. George? You right.
Has the
both,
Vikings?
both are playing tough, man.
Yeah, but have the Vikings clinched already?
Yes,
Actually,
they're
yeah.
they're in the same division as the Packers. So this is a division game. They know each other. The Packers have to win.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll pick the Vikings. If I'm the Vikings, I want to kill it. I want to kill your chances.
I'm gonna go Packers. All right, next it is the
Falcons at the Commanders.
Give me the Commanders.
Sunday night.
I'll go Commies.
Okay, thank you.
Actually correct.
Then we have one more game, right?
Yep, one more game, and Monday night going to be the Detroit Lions at San Francisco
Yes.
49ers, who are eliminated from playoff contention because they're shitty and nobody
And
likes
I thought
the
they would win.
49ers.
I thought they would win.
I know, yeah.
I'll go Lions.
Yeah.
Lions, of course. Yeah, I think everybody goes Lions on this one.
George, your prediction of Super Bowl has unfortunately reached a roadblock. Hilton, game 2 of the week.
Game 2 of the week. I'm gonna go with. Can you scroll up a little bit on that screen? You know what could be a good game?
Go for it.
What's the
Patriots.
first game that I did?
You know what? We're sleeping on this one or these 2 Christmas games. These could be some good games.
Ravens and Texans could be a
Yeah.
good game.
I think so too.
I'll go Chiefs and Steelers.
Chiefs and Steelers?
Yeah.
Okay. Hilton?
Game 3 for me would be.
Get out of here! Get out of here!
Changing the rules, right?
I'm just honorable
Just
mention.
throwing it out there? Okay.
Honorable mention.
Okay.
Just an honorable mention. I think it would be the Green Bay Packers. And what is that one?
But you already picked it as your game.
Oh,
of
I
the
picked
week.
that as my game of the week?
Yeah, game 1, and yeah.
Okay, so I don't have an honorable mention.
Ravens and Texans for sure is my third.
Yeah,
pick
I would.
one.
I would have to pick the same one.
Isn't it great to have like Prime Video and Netflix showing the game? You see how business have changed?
Yes. Yes.
There would be like a product only from CBS, AB, Fox, and that's now.
Right.
Now we have it half of them for.
Well, that concludes the battle of the logos.
Absolutely, gentlemen.
Yes.
It's been a pleasure.
Merry
It's been a
Christmas.
pleasure, yeah.
Merry Christmas. Yeah.
Next week on Monday,
I can do that.
I'll be here.
Yeah, I'll be here.
I'll be here.
Yeah.
Will Dylan be back?
Possibly. Yes, he will.
Okay.
He will be back.
Paul won't. Paul said he was
Oh,
out
yeah,
for the next
2 weeks,
couple
yeah.
of
Next
weeks.
couple of weeks,
Yeah.
yeah. So Dylan will be back.
Cool.
And, he's gonna swap place with you again.
Yeah.
Go back so he can work this mouse. I
This
Properly.
fast mouse.
don't know how he does it.
Well, thank you very much for watching.
Thank you so much. Yeah, don't forget to
Like,
subscribe,
comment, and subscribe.
Yeah.
Turn on that notification bell.
There we go.
And send to your friends.
Absolutely.
And your unfriends.
Yeah.
Because enemies of my enemy are my friends.
And,
We'll become
and
lovers.
if you don't like it, we promise we're going to do better next time.
Yeah.
Or not.
Or
Just
not.
keep
Not.
doing what we're doing.
Yeah. I will try. We will try at least.
We'll put it in consideration.
Yes.
Put it in the suggestion box. Thank you.
Bye.